All right, we're going to continue. We're going to look at different types of attack using the single stick. Now, we've already gone through the basic angles of attack in terms of diagonal, diagonal, horizontal, horizontal, diagonal up, vertical down with the forehand, vertical down with the backhand, and vertical upwards. Okay? With lob ticks, or what we call pull-through hits. Then we've also looked at using the watik, the retractive type of hitting. Okay? So that's using the edge. Now, you also can hit with the punyo, or the butt portion of the stick, and you hit on the same lines. Diagonal down, horizontal. Now this might be at the body, but it also might be at the head. It's a horizontal shot, it's a horizontal shot. Coming diagonal up, the punyo hits this way, this direction. And coming up here, it hits this way. Because your arm doesn't work, it's very hard to hit. So this clips up like this clips up like this. Your vertical down and your vertical up, it clips that way. So again, that is using the butt portion, or the punyo portion. Then you have the point. And again, this can come diagonal down, or just straight in. But it covers the same points here. It can hit at the horizontal line here. It can hit at the horizontal line here. It can hit diagonal up here. It can hit diagonal up here. And it can hit vertical up here. And it's important, I think what's important is that you don't just think of the opponent being there. Because, for example, the opponent might be over here, so that diagonal might come up here. Or I could be like this, and the opponent is there, and that diagonal shoots up at an angle like this. This is why you look at the positions. It's not just always being straight on. So then you have the thrust here. So like I said, this can thrust diagonally up, this can thrust diagonally up. Then what you do is you put those motions together. So for example, maybe you slash diagonal and then thrust at a high backhand line. Maybe you thrust at a high backhand line slash horizontal. See? Or maybe you thrust at a high forehand line slash diagonally up. Or maybe you slash diagonally up, thrust. So you can take that same bituan, that star, and mix slash diagonal, thrust, slash diagonal, thrust, slash horizontal, thrust, slash horizontal, thrust, slash diagonal up, thrust, slash diagonal up, thrust. Or reverse it. Thrust, slash diagonal. Thrust, slash diagonal. Thrust, slash horizontal. Thrust, horizontal. Thrust, diagonal up. Thrust, diagonal up. You don't really have a thrust hit down. It just doesn't work that way. Okay? That will be a thrust in and then just pull out. So those are the basic types of hits there. Okay? Now, when we look at other types of hits, you have what they call abanico, or fanning action, which is primarily wrist, a little bit of elbow, but it comes from the idea of a fanning motion here, or using a fan here. Okay? This can go on the same lines. It can go high horizontal, like temple shots here. If the dagger was coming out or a stick was coming out, it could be vertical here. It could be on a diagonal line, in which case I might hit the head here, back to the hand here, on this line, or if I do an outside deflection, as I said, maybe I hit the hand, which is here, up to the head, back to the hand. So it is a fanning action here. So those are the basic fan actions that you have. Then you have redondo. Redondo just means circling. So we take those lines, and I would start from here, and I would redondo on a one line. Here. Okay? Then I would redondo on a two line. Here. Then I have redondo on a 3 line here, and I've got to move my hand a little bit there because it's coming round. I redondo on a 4 line here. I redondo coming up here. I redondo coming up here. And I redondo coming down here. That's usually a backhand, but I could be vertical here too, see? Got the redondo here. Doesn't matter how many times you do that. It's just, like I said, it's a circling shot. So redondo is using the arm. Floretti or flower is using more of the wrist. So if I take each line on a diagonal, I would go 1, 2. See? Or maybe even 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and vertical down this way. So again, redondo is circling this way with the arm. Floretti is with the hand here. Those are the basic primary types of hits that we use.